Nici is here. How you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Nice to be back.
Thanks for coming on again. It's been a while since we spoke last time. How are you doing? How is your skincare business? How is your crazy shamanic side interest going? What's been going on?
Oh my God, it's literally been such a whirlwind since we last spoke. Business Nibu is great. We've had a little bit of a rebrand where we're expanding on the supplements. We are predominantly an astaxanthin company, but we are going to launch creatine soon to complement the astaxanthin. Skincare, great. It's still putting a glow into everyone's life.
Yeah, and I want to talk more about astaxanthin in just a second. And I know you guys are doing, brilliant stuff with that. Yeah, and then you've got so much. You are a real biohacker because there's a lot of different wellness strands to what you do personally and professionally.
Yeah. So I'm not your average. I'm not your average biohacker. I'm probably not your average 54-year-old.
Very true. As anyone who's watching the video of this will testify.
So in regards to biohacking, my life every day is, I just live and breathe it. It's not something I have to consciously think about. It's just part of me. And some people struggle and say sometimes, don't you just want to let yourself go and have a drink? No, I am letting myself go. I have the same routines that I enjoy. I still do the hyperbaric, still do the cold water therapy. Not every day. I don't have that at home now. But all the light bulbs, all the red lights, the glasses. Do you know what I find really interesting and I quite like it? The younger generation now, they'll send me links in Instagram or on WhatsApp. You'll really like this, and it's things that we learned from back in the day where Dave asked me 30. And he's teaching me to suck eggs here, but it's nice they're waking up to it all. Life as a biohacker has not changed. I'm not a strict food wise. I think many years ago I probably swapped one eating disorder for another. Be more healthier, but I eat what the body needs or wants. If it wants a banana, I don't think, oh my God, it's carbs.
Yeah, I think a lot of biohackers and people in the sort of longevity and biohacking world feel the same. And actually, I just had some lunch with some people today, and like some of the younger ones were like, "What's keto?" And they, they're just like the conversation around bulletproof coffee, keto diet, very low carb. That's sort of seemed to have moved on a bit actually in our world, hasn't it, over the last few years?
Totally.
Let's have a look at astaxanthin then, because obviously, like, there's so much about astaxanthin around at the moment. And to introduce you, for people who might not have heard the other podcast that we did, you have this incredible skincare company called Nibu Naturals, and astaxanthin is a major part of what you do, and it is 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C. So explain how that works and how you incorporate that into your products.
Okay, so into the products, astaxanthin is blood red. When it's in a resin, it's blood red. We know it's an algae. It's a microalgae. It's eaten by fish who are eaten by salmon and flamingos. I think everyone knows now astaxanthin, pink skin, red skin. So I use it in the supplements to change the color, so it gives you that healthy natural glow. And depending on the percentage we use, depends on the shade on the skin, so you can use it as a makeup, kind of light coverage makeup. It gives you that skin protection from oxidative stress. It's not a sun protection. We cannot say it's a sun protection, but it does protect the skin against UVA and UVB rays. However, just topically would not be enough to do all of that protection, which is why we sell the supplements. So essentially, in the skincare, it's to give you that glow. It's to give you that look of health. It's to give you that little bit of protection. And it's to help people have the confidence to look their best, or look what they perceive as their best, which gives a lot of women confidence to go out without wearing makeup, without covering and wearing the mask.
So it's sort of a bit like fake tan, isn't it? Actually, on the skin.
Kind of.
But then that whole line about it being 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C, what's actually going on there, and why should people, whether they're taking you know, your product or another, why should they look at astaxanthin in terms of, I don't know, what it does for beauty or immunity or whatever it might be?
Well, it's nature's most potent antioxidant. So everyone knows that what an antioxidant does, it protects the skin on a cellular level. Taken orally, it can also protect the eye health. It can protect the brain. It crosses the blood-retinal barrier as well as the blood-brain barrier. I think we might have lost you. Have you frozen again?
Have you? I'm here. I'm here. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Can you not see me?
I can see you. Yeah, I can see you. You were very
Oh,
still.
I'm here. Don't worry. I'm here.
It crosses the blood-brain barrier. It crosses the blood-retinal barrier. So it can help with strengthening the eyesight. It helps with strengthening the skin, protecting the skin from within. It's also wonderful for recovery for athletes, for muscle recovery. It's basically the strongest, most potent antioxidant in the world.
Crossing the blood-brain barrier can be a good thing or can not be a good thing, but presumably in this case it is a good thing.
In this case, it's a good thing, because it's working with the brain, not against the brain.
Yeah. Why? So what is it actually doing in the brain?
Well, it's helping with clarity. It's helping with nurturing the brain. It's helping get into the brain on a cellular level.
Yeah.
Its main function is eye health. So it crosses the retinal.
Yeah.
The main purpose I used astaxanthin was because back in 14 years ago, Dave Asprey said it was the most potent anti-aging supplement. So it was one click and I'd bought that. Started to have the eye conditions over the years, so I started to...
likewise. It's the one thing I can't biohack.
You know what? I have asked so many people, so many biohackers about eye health. And it's the one part of the body that there's hardly any biohacking research on. I remember speaking with Nicola Conlon a couple of years ago about NAD. So NAD and astaxanthin together. NAD, I think NAD alone, but NAD crossed with astaxanthin can help with the likes of glaucoma. So I did a bit of research experimental research on that over the last few years, because I've got an eye condition. I've got a problem with the angles of my eyes and hypertension.
Right.
So do you know what? I can still see. Do I know if the research doing is viable? But
I'm really interested in it as well, and I have spoken to some natural vision experts over the years on this podcast. Nathan Oxenfeld and Jake Steiner and Claudia Muhlenweg. Is that her name? I think Claudia. She's brilliant. I met her at the Health Optimization Summit in Austin last year, and I love her stuff as well. And all of it is the same sort of thing, which is natural Bates method type exercises alongside potential supplements. So I have been taking the Pure Encapsulations Vision Support, and it just hasn't made any difference at all. And I actually started taking because I heard Joe Rogan talking about it, and I thought, well, if it's good enough for him, I'll give it a go. And then the natural eyesight exercises, I don't have the self-control. I've got so many other things to do. I don't have the time to sit down and do that for 15-20 minutes, but I would love my eyes to work better. So, maybe I should.
And it is time consuming and trying to incorporate it into your day. Even for me, who had the fear of going blind, still I don't incorporate 15-20 minutes into my day. But I do, when I can in this country, the first thing I do is look at the sunlight. If ever it's not blood. I'll look at the sunlight. I avoid screens late at night, the usual biohacking late at night. If I'm on a screen all day, I've got the blue blocking glasses. But looking into the horizon is probably one of the best form of exercises for your eyes. And a lot of people live in built up areas, so they've just seen the building next to you. So you can get out into the countryside or to the seaside and look at the horizon. It's better than nothing. So that's what I tend to do each day. I'm lucky enough to live by a beach, so I make sure to look.
It'd be nice to do more though, wouldn't it? I mean, it would be nice to, like, I have been surprised at having prided myself on great eyesight in my 40s. It's not quite what it was. And I've resisted glasses so far, but I think the squinting is getting a little bit more pronounced.
I
So
know.
yeah, it would be lovely.
I think I was 47, 48, and I resisted the eyes, and I was doing red light. I was doing everything, and then I started to get headaches, which I'd never suffered with before. And
yeah,
I knew then it was time for the glasses. But this is another, oh my God. I mean, there's no going back from this, but everyone knows me now as Nici, who says, anyone see my glasses? It's just another thing to carry. I must have lost over the last few years, maybe 200 pairs of glasses. I only buy cheap ones now. And then I'll find every single pair in the same place.
Yeah.
And I realize how greasy our skin is because I'm constantly having to clean.
Right. Oh God, I don't want that.
Another old people's challenge.
Yeah. This pure encapsulations vision support. I had a weird side effect in that I think, like, I've never really had hives before, and obviously being prone to histamine intolerance, that is something that's people get a lot. But I've had it recently, and I can only think that it has been brought on by the vision support supplement. I haven't done anything else, but yeah, I know. I mean, it might well be this, and I mean, the ingredients that's fairly basic stuff. I don't think it's anything particularly sort of world-beating or radical in there. And I think astaxanthin is in there, but yeah, and crazy how it's had an impact on me.
Have you tried astaxanthin on its own, or have you only ever combined it with something else?
Oh, by the way, yeah, the key ingredients for pure encapsulations are lutein, zeaxanthin, mixed carotenoids, and then vitamin C, vitamin A, bilberry, grape. There's a lot of grapeseed extract in there.
Well, grapeseed, if it's cold pressed, is fine. That sounds very similar to Dave Asprey's eye armor that he had a few years ago.
Yeah, before I needed it.
Great combination.
But no, I haven't taken astaxanthin on its own, so I really need to take yours and see what happens.
I'll send you some, or when I come over, I'll bring you some over. Just double up on it and see if you get any, if you see a difference in it. But more so, I think the imminent difference you see is your skin, how your skin reacts to the sun. And you
really? You don't. Okay, so when you said it's protective against the sun, is it like an SPF? I mean, I know you're not allowed to make those claims. But is it like a sort of factor 4 if you actually put it on your skin?
I would not say make any claims to have been any kind of factor on topically, but take orally. It's Dr. McCullough calls it the internal sunscreen. Right. So they'll protect the skin from within against UVB rays. What you find, and this, we have done our own research on this, and I think there is a bit of research out there. People who are prone to burning in the sun or not tan will find that they can go to the sun without burning, without having to put layers and layers of sunscreen on, and their tan lasts. And Jimena, don't you, one of the biohackers?
I do. Yeah, not very well, but yeah, I do. Yeah.
So she's Colombian with very fair Colombian skin. And since taking astaxanthin back before lockdown, because her and Tim went traveling during lockdown. Yeah. She, for the first time in life, was a golden goddess. Her skin went golden brown, and it's continued to go golden because she's continued with the astaxanthin. So I think from a skin protection, I was going to say inducing, but it induces the melatonin. It gives you a lovely golden glow without having to go in the sun much. I can step out in 10 minutes and have a nice radiant glow.
Well, I certainly have found, I mean, I know you're thinking about moving somewhere else maybe, but if you ever consider Portugal, the sun here is just so strong. And often people say about Portugal, it's a cold country with a hot sun. And it is just searingly hot, the sun here. And, we have to put quite a lot of time into sun protection. So So anything that helps with that is going to be really good. And obviously the other thing that a lot of people talk about in our world is seed oils and how that makes a difference. So that's obviously something that we've got fairly dialed in right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, the astaxanthin, that would be really interesting for that as well.
Do you know what? You can be a little prodigy for me. Let's do a project. Let's send you astaxanthin and see if it helps you, especially because you're coming into the hot season now. We're from Portugal.
Yeah.
I'll be see if it works for you both.
That'd be great. The other thing that I've been on a sort of 5-year quest in terms of sunscreen to find a sunscreen that is completely natural, that doesn't make you look like a clown.
I know.
And I have finally found a really good option.
Oh, tell me more.
And so I started using Young Goose for a while.
Brilliant.
And Young Goose is good stuff. And they found a way to basically make the zinc. I think it's micro-ionized. I think they call it that.
Non-nano zinc.
It is not. Yeah, it's definitely, it's the good one.
Yeah.
But essentially it can sort of, it's a bit like smashed avocado. It just rubs in quicker. That was his analogy. The thing is, Young Goose is very expensive. I mean, it is very expensive. And you don't get a huge, I do love the brand, but you don't get a huge amount of money either. Anyway, there's another company that does the same thing. It's called Tizo, Tizo. Have you heard of that?
No.
That's great. And it's about half the price and about double the quantity. And it rubs in well. So that is great.
That's what we want.
Exactly. It rubs in well. And it's like, I don't mind if I'm going swimming or something, but like if you're going to a party here in summer, you do need sunscreen. If you turn up at a party looking like a clown, it's just a bit embarrassing.
It's that white silver sheen, don't you, over your head that will not.
Yeah.
I remember. So I've made my own sunscreen, but again, using the non-nano, the zinc oxide, you have got that. So I thought, right, I'm going to add astaxanthin to it.
Yeah.
And I added the astaxanthin into the bottle, shook it up, didn't think anything of it, didn't test it, didn't try it, got to the beach, it turned neon orange. It was hilarious. It was a bit like the colour behind you now.
Oh my God.
The reaction with the zinc does not work. So
right. Yeah.
I can't get it right. But I'll try that one.
Yeah, do. Yeah. Now, listen, this is a podcast about biohacking news. I know you keep abreast of everything going on in the sort of beauty industry and the wellness industry. And I know you met Bryan Johnson fairly recently and have had some really interesting contact with him. Yeah. And I wondered since you're really interested in psychedelics as well, how you've observed his journey around psychedelics and what he's been doing recently, because it's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm fascinated with what he's been doing, and I'm so glad that he's been publicizing this and allowing people to watch his journey. Psychedelics changed my life and saved my life. I've worked a lot with them over the last 8 years, which most people know about the ayahuasca and the San Pedro journeys. Over the last couple of years, I've worked more with the mushrooms and found them phenomenal. Bryan's research into the function of the brain and the age, and also that was what piqued my interest. Okay, I've done these psychedelics for the healing side, but anti-aging, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Take me back there. So I'm fascinated. I've been rewatching all this series lately just to remind myself on how powerful they are and how educated he is. And I was not a fan of Bryan Johnson many years ago. I didn't really look into him. I think I just heard vegetarian. I thought, oh God, another vegetarian. But when I met him last year, he looks so much better in real life. He's as fit as anything. I mean, physically fit. I don't think I've met a guy who doesn't look abnormal and be so fit. And he's actually got a lovely heart. He's a really, really nice guy. Very generous with his time. And so passionate about educating people and wanting people to know not to die, basically, as he says, don't die. So I'd like to go on a journey with Bryan.
Yeah, I think it's quite ironic, isn't it, that everyone, he sort of started out a tech bro, and it was all the tech, And actually what he's ended up doing is taking stuff that grows in the forest and, you know, tapping into his inner hippie. And that's, and like, it's been, I don't think he could have predicted that that is where it would go when he started out on this.
No, I think most people who show up like Bryan do, with the knowledge and the experience and the wisdom, have no intention of doing it. And I think that's what makes it more relatable. You know, he hasn't drew up a business plan. This is what he's gonna do to educate people. Through his own journey of wanting to live longer, to feel good, to look good, and then to inspire other people. So that's what I like about him, and that's where I kind of fit in life. I've got a clue where I'm going, you know, next month. I had no idea about running a business. It just happened. I lead from the heart. The same with the healing business and all the spirituality. It's about my journey and my darkness. Where it enables me to bring lightness to people and also be the mirror for people, which I think Bryan is. You know, it's showing you the darkness where people are or have been. Then look further on and see the light. There is always light at the end of that dark tunnel. You just need to believe. And
when it comes to longevity as well, it's really interesting, isn't it? Because like you and I both in our 50s now, and you said when we got into this, we were probably into it for slightly different reasons to what we are now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But certainly, you know, you do start to think about things a little bit differently in your 50s. And I think one of the big lessons, I sort of feel like my biggest lesson in health and wellness, and obviously my particular interest is mindset and health, and it is the opposite of biohacking, which is basically at a point you have to let go and accept, because you're so in fight or flight mode when you're Googling at 3 a.m. and trying to figure out that mystery symptom. When you actually just let it go and relax and go do something different, that's when your body actually can allow itself to heal. It can't heal when you're in fight or flight. And I think that's just really interesting about Bryan Johnson as well, because I think after, when all's said and done, he's discovering that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's a great advocate. He's a great mirror, as I said before. And our purpose has probably changed from what it was 10, 15 years ago. It was about, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm still vain. It's still about anti-aging. It's still about looking as good as possible. But ultimately, my goal now, and I say this to my youngest daughter, I do not want you to have to give up your life to look after me in the future, because I have not looked after myself now. So if I can look after myself now, live my life healthily for as long as possible, and when it's over, I go to bed and go to sleep, and you can enjoy your life and not have that responsibility of looking after an unwell person, a mother, basically. My goal now is to keep my body strong, keep my mind strong, you know, brain function, keeping warding off the dementia, Alzheimer's, bone density, you know, but still skin elasticity. That's still, you know, still very much anti-aging, but it's more holistically now and about living in peace and harmony and health as we life.
And I'm interested. It's not really biohacking news, but you've been doing, what is your medicine circle shaman training? Have I got that right?
The medicine wheel. So
it's not a circle, it's a wheel. Sorry.
It's round.
It's a sort of round. Yeah.
So I've been studying on the medicine wheel with a shaman who's actually helped me transition through the latter part of my healing journey. I learned so much from Anna, I think we spoke about many years ago, who I went to Peru with, who's phenomenal. And part of this journey, I always knew there was a part of me that was here to be a vessel to heal and help other people. I just really unsure how. So I ended up doing this medicine wheel shamanic training journey. So I've got all the knowledge and experience to use going forward to help as many people as possible, and to show them that life is worth living. Life can be a great experience no matter what's going on in the outside world, because I'm also aware, you know, there's some darkness going on in the world now.
And do you still engage in sort of psychedelic ceremonies on a regular basis? I know you went to Peru originally, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Peru.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Well, no, I don't. I had a break for a
just
long
in front of the telly.
Yeah, no, so I went to Peru. The last time I drank ayahuasca until November gone was in Peru. And then I went abroad again last November because I had such a tough experience that tumbleweeded my life into places I never thought I'd go. I knew I had to build the relationship again, and I had a bit of fear, so I did go off.
Sorry, Nicky, remind me what the tough experience was that tumbleweeded your life into
I literally
crazy places.
Came back from Peru, living a life of sheer footballer's life, multi-million-pound mansion, swimming pool, husband, but I was unhappy. I was so level, and 36 hours later, I ended the marriage, and I ended up walking out and was homeless for 6 months. So I've gone from this multi-millionaire lifestyle to my car, my 2 dogs, and my bags, not knowing I was going to live for 6 months, not knowing I was going to have any money, not knowing if the business was going to succeed, not knowing if I was going to live, if I was going to survive. But through those 6 months, I grew so much, and I found joy in the simplicity of life, and I found joy in the people, you know, who held space for me, and from that deepest, darkest time of, you know, having no roots, no home, no nothing. I had nothing.
Yeah.
I did. I had
so discombobulating. You just don't know what's going to happen the next day. Yeah.
You know what? I couldn't get any lower than I did, any more frightened. But I used the tools that I'd learned through the psychedelic journey over the years to have faith and trust, and I carried on, and life has been great. It's been up and down, but I'm in the best place I've ever been in my entire life. That said, I still had that fear of, last time I drank ayahuasca, like caused some heavy duty. So I went back to journey again to make friends, make peace, and be grateful. And I had a lot of fear. I had a lot of fear of the journey. I had a lot of fear of the purging. But I sat with a great shaman called Nak.
I like the way you say purging there, Nicky. Purging.
Purging.
That was lovely.
Pretty brutal. But so I revisited that journey in November, and now I've got no fear at all. And then I did the deepest psilocybin journey of my life in January. I mean, I went through about 12 deaths. I was buried. I was buried in the pyramid walls. I was choked. I just kept watching these lives. Honestly, I had such an awakening that, you know, our soul continues and continues, and we're going to go through all these lives. And I came out of that journey thinking none of this matters. You know, the stress we put on ourselves to look a certain way, to earn a certain amount of money, to do this, none of it matters. Just be happy, just be present, and trust. The biggest thing I got out of that journey was just trust.
Wow.
Yeah, it was tough though. The tough 6 hours.
Yeah. And it goes back to what we were saying before about accepting and letting go, whether you call it trust or letting go or whatever. You know, I sort of feel like it's just really interesting that as the conversation around longevity gets more and more nuanced, the thing that seems to keep popping up is psychedelics, trusting, letting go, trusting a higher power, all that sort of thing has not really traditionally been in the biohacking conversation, has it? It's been one small part of it, but it's if Bryan Johnson is doing it, then it really is becoming, you know, sort of very widespread and accepted.
Yeah, and if you think, you look deeper into the original biohackers like Dave Asprey, Luke Story, he's huge on psychedelics.
He is.
No, he did ayahuasca. John Gray, many years ago, they all did it. It just wasn't something that they were pushing the narrative of, but it was part of their growth, part of their journey. It's more acceptable, you're not to talk about it now, and I do also think on the flip side of that, it's more of a trend. You know, let's just get off your head and take a psychedelic, and let's swap one escape for another escape. And I think, you know, there's a bit of a crossroads on how people are using it, but ultimately I think regardless of why or how people are using it initially, it can only have a good impact on the brain and soul, because it takes you to the darkness of the soul. It will literally show you your shadow.
Yeah.
So be prepared to see the part of you do not like.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nici, always love talking to you. Before you go, what about your daily routine? What is, I've got this midweek feature where we ask people about their biohacking day, really. How do you wake up? What do you do? Is there anything interesting that we should be learning from or we could consider trying out as well?
So my routine, it's a little bit different now, the lighter mornings, but right next to my bed, I have the red light rise and stack. And I have it lengthways. So when I'm lying down in bed, I switch it on and I get red light.
Great.
Sleep, and when I wake up.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I'll do. But if I see the sun shining through the window, I forget the red light and I just open the windows and look at the sun, bring the sun in. And then, do you know what? The most simplest thing for people to do when I don't exercise very much. No, I don't exercise. Okay, I'm not even
wow.
No,
really.
What I do?
How do you look so good? How do you look so young and fit?
Well, I think the skin that is what I eat and what I put on my skin and in my skin. But exercise wise, because I'm quite busy and I really don't get a buzz out of going to the gym. When I wake up in the morning, when I brush my teeth, I have a 10-kilo weighted jacket. I put that on. It's outside the bathroom. I've got one upstairs, one down. I put the 10 kilo, and as I'm brushing my teeth, I do 30 squats with the
what? Okay, so you do some exercise then.
To do that, I would do 30.
That's amazing.
30 press ups. I don't have the jacket on for press ups. I can't. I can do 2. I do 30 squats, and while the electric toothbrush is still going, I stand on one leg with my eyes closed for about 30 to 50 seconds each leg. And then I'll go in, I'll do a couple of stretches and I'll go in and I'll do my shamanic stuff, which people won't understand. And then feed my dogs and I go straight to the beach and I'll grab. And if it's too cold to take your shoes off, I'll just take in the sea air. That's kind of a non-negotiable every day. Evening, red light. Sometimes I do squats, sometimes I can't be bothered. When I walk, then we'll walk with the weighted jackets. And we've got big sand dunes on our beach, so that's my exercise.
So you said you don't exercise. That's loads of exercise. That's that's the best sort of exercise, because it's not doing 30 minutes in the gym and then sit in front of a laptop all day. It's like consistent, lots of stuff all day long. Yeah.
I have tried keeping the jacket on in the daytime, which I have done because I think, well, it's carrying an extra kilo. Well, actually, what my builder popped in earlier on. And I said, I think I've pulled my banister out of its socket by putting the jacket over. And he said, that's not 10 kilo. He said, that's at least 15. So it could be 15 kilo.
Wow.
So that's it. And then nighttime, phone goes on airplane mode. Wi-Fi will go off most nights. Some nights I forget. Phone does not get switched on in the morning until I'm up, done my exercises, showered, dressed, made my bulletproof coffee. Then the phone will go on. I'll have a quick look, then I'll get out. I don't consume anything from social media, any emails first thing in the morning, because it draws you in, sets you up at either. You can have a great day, see something great, but if you see the negative stuff that's out nowadays, you're just going to fight off. So I try not to do that. And then food, good food. And
that's awesome. That is something I've never heard before as well. A weighted jacket whilst brushing your teeth and 30 squats.
And do it right. Multitasking.
we in my family, we always joke about how we just can't do one thing at once and brush our teeth. We have to be sort of emptying the dishwasher or opening the blinds or whatever it might be. But now we can do that instead. That'd be great.
Do that, you'll get thighs and muscly thighs and a fit
arse. Oh my god. That is absolutely a fit arse. That's why we're into biohacking. Nici, love chatting to you as always. Where can people find I'm sure people will be interested in the astaxanthin and other products. So more about you and the products as well.
Yeah, you can go to onlyfans.com. Kidding. You can go to nibunaturals.com or Nibu Naturals on Instagram. Find everything there.
Wonderful. And hopefully I'll get to see you at some point this year.
You will. It could be next week to change my location.
Yeah. If you come and visit us out in Portugal, that'd be amazing. Otherwise, I'm sure we'll see you at some event or other, maybe the Health Optimization
Definitely.
Summit.
Definitely.
All right. Good luck with everything. Love chatting to you. I'm going to be trying out a few things you suggested today. So thanks for coming on.
Oh, thank you. See you soon.
Love it, Nici. Thank you so much.